So, what are the best and worst animated Godzilla versions and flicks? There have been quite a number of references, cameos, even entire episodes about the G-Man in other shows. There are also animated movies and series about Godzilla as well. So let's rank them all, just the animated Godzillas that is. Let's showcase each one of them and then rank them from worst to best in the end. So let's get to it. Let's start with Hana Barbera Godzilla. Seen in 1978, the animated cartoon series, the Hana Barbera Godzilla, unlike the incarnations of Godzilla featured in Toho's film series, is entirely green in color. His dorsal fins are unlike those of any other Godzilla in that they begin at the top of his head and are more triangular in shape compared to the maple leaf shaped plates. He also has very long human-like hands and has a new power in that he can shoot laser beams from his eyes. He is the second tallest Godzilla, standing at 122 meters or 400 feet tall. The one thing that we can't get over in this version is the bat roar that he has. Kinda sounds unlike any other Godzilla. Second, let's look at the Godzilla series. This was Godzilla Jr. that followed the TriStar movie Godzilla of 1998. Along with his parent, they were both heavily mutated iguanas. Not dinosaurs, not extinct life forms, superspecies, or underwater organisms. The eggs are heavily irradiated by nuclear testings in the Pacific. The sins of the parent did fall down on the sun in this one. The design was not really a welcoming sight as, just like the original TriStar Godzilla, he had a theropod dinosaur posture with triangular dorsal plated and a tail that hangs mid-air for balance. However, a plus point for him is that he has the atomic breath power. But then again, he has weakness that a normal Godzilla would not, like sensitivity to electricity, and can be killed with enough firepower from conventional weaponry. Thirdly, let's look at the anime Godzilla from the trilogy. The anime Godzilla Earth was an A-OK look to the eyes. It did not have the oversimplified designs of the cartoon Hanna-Barbera version, nor did it have the hated Zilla's design, but it was slow and cumbersome. The one thing that they did good was the mysterious origin story behind him, and that he had eradicated humanity as well as all the other kaiju and aliens from planet Earth. He changed the biology of the planet itself in a sense that everything now was a part of him, and he is planet Earth itself in a way. This version was the biggest ever, standing at more than 300 meters or 1000 feet tall, and he had a wide array of awesome powers. So next, let's now see Godzilla from Singular Point. This Godzilla, although new, was not really received with much warmth from the G-Man's community. He had 4 forms that he successfully evolved into as the 2021 series progresses. The aquatic first form, Aquatilus, then amphibious form, Amphibia, a dinosaur-shaped Terrestris, and lastly a charcoal black form, the Ultima form. This Godzilla seemed to be too far-fetched, and the origin story kinda sucks as he was a product of trans-dimensional elements called the Archetype. This Godzilla was slow and seemed to be less of a threat and more of a global nuisance. Sorry to say this, but the horror element that is attached to Godzilla in the recent years was replaced with a truckload of sci-fi fantasy and a lot of undefined unrealistic physics. Next, let's look at Shinchan Godzilla, the cameo. This one was seen in the show Crayon Shinchan, and it was an episode called Shinchan vs. Shin Godzilla. It is the 901st episode of the series. It aired on Nippon TV on July 22, 2016. The entire episode was centered around Godzilla emerging from the ocean and attacking Tokyo, and how the protagonist Shinchan rescues the city. The animated Godzilla in this one was Shin Godzilla in his 4th form, but not a live-action version, rather a cartoon. It was the same as the movie Shin Godzilla version, but lacked the pink atomic breath and instead had a blue one. Anyway, this one was a fun cameo and nothing much can be criticized, which means it's pretty good. So let's look at the Shinkansen Godzilla cameo. Another lengthy cameo of the G-Man in animated form came in the show Shinkansen Henkei Robo Shinkalion, the movie, something future Alpha X. Pretty long name. Snow Godzilla was that form, and it is a giant creature who inhabits in another dimension. And so when a huge amount of glowing particles are released in the show, Snow Godzilla was affected by the particles and got sent to the world where the anime takes place. He has the height of Shin Godzilla, but the design is a mix between Shin and both the Showa and Heisei versions, but with a skin that has a snowy texture, and blue glowing dorsal plates. Overall, it was a good look for him, and his powers are beyond any mechas from that show could stand up to. Next, we see the Hero Academia Godzilla cameo. In the series Hero Academia, the Godzilla that was seen was the Heisei Godzilla design from the Toho's 1991 movie Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. But then he possesses a very dragon-like appearance with a very long tail and clawed paws for hands. He is covered in dark grey scales and appears to be of quite a white build, like buff, most prominently around his legs and torso. His hero costume consists of a white coat with a high collar ripped to match its tattered design and a pair of baggy white pants. This Godzilla version was a celebrity and a movie star in that universe. It was a good cameo, but I wish I had good things to say about this version. And lastly, Simpsons Godzilla cameo. This one is hilarious. This cameo occurred on the episode number 226, and the name of the episode is 30 Minutes Over Tokyo. The Simpsons family's flight home is briefly interrupted by a monster attack on Tokyo featuring Godzilla and other Japanese film monsters, which is Gamera, Rodan and Mothra. Godzilla grabbed the plane, kind of shook it in the air, and then while letting it go, Godzilla attempted to throw a tang at the departing plane, only for it to miss by a long shot, causing Godzilla to humorously kick down a tree in frustration. Godzilla was navy blue in color with light greyish blue dorsal plates. He looked good overall in this one, considering the fact that it's The Simpsons. There were also other cameos of him in The Simpsons, one where Homer is Godzilla and fights Gamera, another where Marge transforms into a Brightzilla and fights King Rong, which was King Kong as Homer, and even one where Godzilla was signing autographs to fans in Comic-Con. So yes, worst to best. Mind you, this would be our ranking. Yours can be different. Let's see, out of the 8 entries, number 8 would be Hero Academia Godzilla. On the 7th spot, the next spot, we will put in Zilla, the series. You know, Zilla was a pretty bad design. The next is Hana Barbera Godzilla for its simplicity. On number 5, we have the Singular Point, which was kinda sucky since we can't really understand how it came to be. Then we see Shinchan's Shin Godzilla. Now on the 3rd spot, we will put the Simpsons for their funny iterations of the G-Man. Then on number 2, we have the anime trilogy Godzilla Earth. And lastly, we think Snow Godzilla is the best animated form of Godzilla. But that's our pick. You can arrange your own list down in the comments. Anyway, with that we come to the end of our video, so do hit that like button for support and subscribe as well to be a part of the MindQ family. But most of all, smash that bell icon for regular updates on new videos right here on this channel. Till the next one, take care fam.